Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Martin Samante, and today I will report a topic about argumentative essay. Let's get started. First things first, our learning objectives. Understanding the structure and purpose of argumentative essays. Developing critical thinking and research skills. Our introduction for today. An argumentative essay is a form of writing that aims to convince the reader of a particular point of view or stance on a debatable issue. This type of essay requires the writer to investigate a topic, collect and evaluate evidence, and establish a position on the topic in a clear and concise manner. The goal of an argumentative essay is to persuade the reader to accept or consider the writer's perspective on a debatable issue. So, this slides outlines that to learn in the presentation might include goals like understanding what an argumentative essay is, identifying the key parts of argumentative essay, learning how to write a strong thesis statement, uh, knowing how to support your argument with evidence, recognize different types of evidence, and learning how to write a strong conclusion. Next slide is parts of an argumentative essay. First, thesis statement, the central claim or argument that the essay aims to prove. The thesis statement, this is the main point you're trying to prove, like it's the heart of the essay. Next is the introduction, provides background information and introduces the thesis statement. So, the introduction is where you introduce the topic and your thesis statement. You can also provide some background information. Next is body paragraphs. Each paragraph addresses a specific aspect of the argument, presents evidence, and may include counter argument. Body paragraph, it is each body paragraph focuses on one main idea that supports your thesis, your present evidence, and explain how it connects to your argument. The next parts of the argument essay is the evidence. Supports the main argument with relevant facts, examples, statistics, or expert opinions. This includes facts, statistics, examples, and expert opinions to support your claims. It makes your argumentative essay stronger. Next, counter arguments anticipates and addresses opposing viewpoints to strengthen the overall argument. You should acknowledge and address opposing viewpoints. This shows that you are consider different sides of the issue and strengthen your argument. Next and the lastly is the conclusion. Summarize the main points, reinforce the thesis, and may suggest implications or actions. This is where you summarize your main points, restate your thesis, and leave a lasting impression of the reader. You might also suggest further actions or implications of your arguments. The next slide is the thesis statement. In an argument essay, the thesis statement is a clear, concise, and debatable statement that presents the central argument or claim you intend to support throughout your essay. It serves as a central point around which your entire essay revolves. An effective thesis statement is focused and specific. The thesis in the argument essay presents a viewpoint that can be challenged or questioned. It offers the reader an interpretation, position, or perspective. So the slide focuses on the importance of the thesis statement in an argument essay. So it explains that a good thesis statement is number one, clear and concise, number two, debatable, number three, central aim, number four, focus and specific. So yeah. So the next slide is the types of thesis statements. Number one is the analytical thesis statement. Analytical papers break down ideas or issues into components, part and present this breakdown evaluation to your audience. So the analytic thesis statement used in analytical paper. So it break down an idea, issue, parts, and analysis. So the next one is expository thesis statement. Explanatory papers explains an idea, topic, concept to an audience. Generally, explanatory papers do not want you to make any kind of argumentative claim about your topic. So, it used in explanatory papers explains a concept of a reader without making an argumentative claim. So the next type of thesis statement is the argumentative thesis statement. This is an argumentative essay. You make a claim about a topic and support your claim with reason and evidence. So it used in argumentative essays. It presents a clear claim about a topic and supports it with reasons and evidence. So the next slide is introduction of the argumentative essay. An introduction to an argumentative essay sets the stage for presenting a strong and persuasive argument. It should capture the reader's attention, provide necessary background information, and present a clear thesis statement that outlines the main argument. Argumentative essays should have a straightforward structure so they are easy for readers to follow. The goal of an argumentative essay is to clearly outline a point of view, reasoning, and evidence. So, this slide discusses the importance of strong introduction in argumentative essay. It highlights that a good introduction should, number one, capture the reader's attention, provide background information, and number three, present a clear thesis statement. So next, body paragraphs. Body paragraphs in an argumentative essay are essential for developing your argument, persuading your reader. Each paragraph should focus on one main point that supports your thesis statement and includes evidence, analysis, and a link back to the thesis. Each paragraph should be limited to the discussion of one general idea. This will allow for clarity and direction throughout the essay. In addition, such conciseness creates an ease of readability for one's audience. This is important to note that each paragraph in the body of the essay must have some logical connection to the body thesis statement in the opening paragraph. So, this slide focuses on the body paragraphs of an argumentative essay. It explains that each body paragraph should, number one, focus on one main point, number two, include evidence, number three, analyze the evidence, and number four, link back to the thesis. So, for our number 10, steps to write a body paragraph. So, number one, start with a topic sentence. So, you want to introduce the main point of the paragraph in a clear way and concise manner. Example, one of the primary benefits of school uniforms is that they promote equality among students. So, you need to show the main point of the paragraph in a clear and concise manner. So, number two, provide evidence. Use credible sources to back up your points. This can include statistics, quotes from experts, case studies, or specific samples. So, examples, a study by the National Association of Elementary School Principals found that 85% of principals believe that school uniforms significantly reduce peer pressure and bullying. So in this statement, in this example, use the credible source to back up a point. The source is from the National Association of Elementary School Principals. So number 3, explain and analyze the evidence. So discuss how the evidence supports your point. Explain its relevance and significance. Example, by reducing the visible indicators of socioeconomic status, uniforms create a more inclusive environment when students are judged by their character and abilities rather than their clothing. This example state that it need to explain and analyze the evidence. So, number 4, address counter arguments. Acknowledge a potential counter arguments to show that you have considered multiple viewpoints. So, example, some critics argue that school uniforms suppress individuality and self-expression. So, number 5, refute the counter argument. Provide evidence and reasoning to refute the counter arguments and reinforce your main point. So, example is, however, individuality is not solely expressed through clothing. School can encourage self-expression through extracurricular activities, arts, and personal achievement. So, lastly, is to conclude the paragraph. Summarize the main point of the paragraph and connect it back to your thesis. Example, overall, school uniforms play a crucial role in fostering a sense of equality, which is essential for creating a supportive and focused learning environment. So in this picture, it shows that this is how do you make an argument essay that was written by a student. So the title of the argumentative essay, the thesis statement of the argumentative essay is, should metal bats be banned in youth baseball? So according to this statement that it states the main arguments, metal bat should be banned in youth baseball. So the introduction provides background information and introduces the thesis statement. So the body paragraph, each paragraph focuses on the main points supporting the thesis statement with evidence and analysis. So counter arguments is the acknowledge of opposing viewpoints and refutes them. So the lastly is the conclusion, the summarization of the main points and resists the thesis. So number 13, counter arguments. Every argument has a counter argument. Acknowledging opposing points of view shows that you have well-rounded understanding of the issue. By addressing potential objections, you will strengthen your arguments. Be sure to refute the counter-argument with solid evidence from credible sources. Make it clear how your argument is more compelling or persuasive than the counter-argument. Explain why your evidence is more reliable and your reasoning more sound. So, counter-arguments explains that emphasize the importance of addressing counter-arguments in an argumentative essay. So, it explains that every argument has counter-arguments. Acknowledging opposing viewpoints shows a well-rounded understanding on the issue. Addressing potential objections strengthens your arguments, and it also highlights the importance of number 1, refuting counter-arguments with solid evidence from credible source. Make it clear how your argument is more compelling or persuasive than the counter-arguments. And lastly, explaining why your evidence is more credible or your reasoning more sound. So, lastly, the conclusion. This essay will cover how to end up an argumentative essay through the use of one conclusion paragraph. An argumentative essay aims to prove one side of the debatable topic. Argumentative essays are used in academia as well as in research. This type of essay focuses on researching a topic and evaluating claims associated with the topics. The author will work to prove their point using sound evidence throughout the body paragraph. The last paragraph of the argumentative essay is the conclusion paragraph. The conclusion paragraph is essential as it wraps up the entire essay and the viewpoint that the author has chosen to prove. The conclusion is the author's lasting impression of the reader. It is an essential component of the argumentative essay. So, these slides discusses the importance of strong conclusion in argumentative essay. It explains that conclusion is the final paragraph in the essay. It wraps up the entire essay and reinforces the author's viewpoint. It leaves a lasting impression on the reader, and a strong conclusion should says that restate the thesis statement in a new way, summarize the main points of the essay, and provide a final thought or call in the action. So for overall summary, our argumentative essay is a type of writing that presents a clear opinion on a debatable topic and supports it with evidence. Key components include a strong thesis statement, a well-structured introduction, body paragraphs with evidence and analysis, addressing counter-arguments, and concluding paragraph that summarizes the main points. By following these guidelines, you can create a persuasive and well-supported argument essay. So, once again, I am Mark James M. Samane, and my reporting is all about argumentative essay. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.